On June 27, 2015, one of the most charismatic and memorable fighters in the history of K1 World Max, who fought in the weight up to 70 kilograms, finished his career. His opponents who faced him and felt the impact of his signature right hook often fell into such a deep sleep that they could only be awakened by medical staff. The fighter's name is Mike Zambidis, and one of the most common search queries in Russian internet associated with his name is Mike Zambidis killed 4 people in the ring. There is still a legend circulating on the internet that Mike has sent several fighters to the afterlife, as his knockouts are so intimidating. To help understand where these legends come from, I present the top 3 most famous knockouts by Mike Zambidis. The first fight. Mike Zambidis vs. Albert Krauss. K1 World Max 2003 Japan Grand Prix. On March 1, 2003, Mike Zambidis, who had won the K1 Oceania Max 2002 qualifying tournament, entered the ring against the first K1 World Max 2002 champion, Albert Krauss, who had defeated all top fighters of his weight class. At just 21 years old, Albert Krauss had only fought one match in the 10 months leading up to this fight. Mike Zambidis, determined and focused, was not intimidated by Krauss's reputation and aimed to establish himself as a top K1 World Max fighter. Throughout the first round, Mike Zambidis successfully defended against Krauss's low kicks and planned his strategy for the second round. In the second round, Mike Zambidis caught Krauss with a killer right hook to the head, knocking him and ending the fight. This fight solidified Mike Zambidis' place among the top fighters in the K1 World Max tournament and set the stage for his future epic battles. The second fight. Mike Zambidis vs. Stanley Nandex. On February 20, 2005, the Kicker vs. Boxer tournament was held in Melbourne, where the main event was a match between Mike Zambidis and Stanley Nandex. Stanley, also known as Headhunter, was a physical match for Zambidis, except for the difference in skin color. The fight took place in the weight class up to 76 kilograms, and in the first seconds of the fight, Stanley landed a spectacular kick. Mike Zambidis, who had been defensive in the first half of the round, intensified in the second half and knocked Nandex down with a knee strike. Nandex quickly got back up, but Mike Zambidis ended the fight shortly after with another knee strike. This knockout solidified Mike Zambidis' reputation as a formidable striker, and cemented his place among the top fighters in the K1 World Max tournament. The third fight. Mike Zambidis vs. Norifumi the Kid Yamamoto. On May 4, 2005, the K1 World Max 2005 World Tournament Open featured one of the most epic fights between Mike Zambidis and Norifumi the Kid Yamamoto, famous to MMA fans for his performances in the UFC. At the time, in 2005, Norifumi was one of the best MMA fighters in Japan. In December of 2004, Norifumi fought by the rules of K1 and gave a very tough fight to Masato Kobayashi, the K1 World Max 2003 champion and a superstar in Japan by the time of 2004. After losing to Masato Kobayashi by split decision, Norifumi was not afraid to take on the equally dangerous Mike Zambidis, who was a serious threat to any fighter at the time. The fight for Norifumi the Kid Yamamoto was over in the first minute of the third round as the Japanese MMA star, who had been fighting hard throughout the match, missed a hard and accurate right hook to the chin and fell to the mat. The Japanese audience seemed to freeze, and Yamamoto's wife put her hand over her mouth in shock and couldn't believe what had happened in the ring. Her husband was knocked out in front of the whole of Japan, and Mike Zambidis confirmed once again that he was one of the most powerful fighters under 70 kilograms. Uncompromising fighting style, a desire to defeat the opponent at any cost, and a mega-destructive right hook made Mike Zambidis an extra-class figure in the history of K1. The fights of Iron Mike became an integral classic for all fans of old school, and Mike himself made a huge contribution to the development of kickboxing, standing alongside such kickboxers as Don Wilson and Benny Urquidez. Thanks to Mike for the spectacular fights. And good luck to him outside of a long completed sports career. Thank you for watching this video, all the best to you, and good luck.